Aged Concern Wellington is worried that some elderly people are becoming isolated post-lockdown, with some still concerned about leaving their homes. More than 170,000 people over the age of 65 live alone in New Zealand. 10,000 of those people are over the age of 90. But as the country moves to some sort of normality, fears of falling ill from COVID are still keeping many at home and many alone. Our reporter Logan Church and cameraman Dom Thomas filed this story.
It's a chilly Wellington morning and the Island Bay Community Centre Hall is starting to fill. Today, Aged Concern is running one of its steady-as-you-go classes. It's the second one it's run here post-lockdown.
A lot of these activities we get into are for the social aspect, just as much as the beneficial effects, whatever you're doing.
That's Jennifer Bennett. She's 79 and a regular attendee. She and 8 others are doing exercises aimed at helping with mobility, vision and strength.
Extend your other arm straight ahead. Bring it across your chest, keeping it straight.
Many of those here live alone. While they have come out, Aged Concern is worried about those who have not. Another attendee, Hayden Meller, 80, also says he's noticed that many people his age are not getting back out and about.
My wife Jackie and I have spoken to people and they're finding it difficult to get back into the way things were. People were talking about getting back to normal, but the normal in recent times seems to have changed from week to week. I think you'd probably agree with that. And so it's quite difficult to get back into regular things.
Aged Concerns Anne Dalzell says many elderly people are worried about leaving their homes due to COVID-19.
I think they're nervous. I think a lot of people live on their own and it's sort of, they magnify the significance of it. If you haven't got anyone to talk to, if it's just in your own head, it's really difficult to think that, it's a different world out there. But I was talking to the librarian, it's one of the, in Wellington, and she was saying there's a lot of older people who would come into the library every day, haven't come back.
And that leaves many isolated, especially those who live alone. During lockdown, Anne spent most of the day on the phone, trying to keep her community connected when visits from friends or family are not possible.
And some people didn't even know about COVID-19. Truly they didn't. So it's a case of trying to make contact with these people. It's quite difficult.
Over 10,000 people in New Zealand over the age of 90 live alone. Aged Concern Wellington visits 120 seniors in their homes each week. 90-year-old Owen is one of them. He lives alone. Today he is being visited by outreach worker Kirsten Blyde, neighbourhood friend James and son Pisa.
That's cool. Yeah. Do you feel nervous about going out, or are you feeling okay about being with other people?
Bit anxious at times, but Peter has been very good. He's not working at the moment and he's able to take me to shopping and get my hair cut.
For weeks, these visits were not possible. James would try to drop by outside and they would speak to each other on the phone through the window. Only now they can actually meet inside. But Kirsten says she's concerned about those who don't have that connection.
So that's something that Aged Concern has been very worried about, is that there's a lot of older people in their homes on their own and they haven't got anybody to give them a hand with anything.
Owen has been keeping busy by working on a massive train set that almost completely fills his lounge. But back at the steady-as-you-go class, Anne Dalzell says she is trying to expand the number of classes on offer throughout the Wellington region. She's hoping it can be a way to get people back out and about in the community.
They go off for coffee or they go out for lunch afterwards, so it's a really connection thing as well as the exercise.
For Checkpoint, Logan Church.